Okay. We're here, we're back. Last time, we got 4 parts in the Forest Navel. Got 4 more left there. First, though, we're going to be heading over to the Distant Spring, where we are going to go make sure that we have a little tussle with a unique enemy that only spawns here, or that you can only find here, in like the first 11 or 15 days, I think. Let's check that out. It'll also be our first time at the Distant Spring. I don't actually remember the music of the Distant Spring too well. It's very atmospheric. I remember that much. Yeah. See a part already. Maybe we should get that part. Well, first things first. If you couldn't tell, it's called the Distant Spring. It's some wetlands. There is a lot of dry area, but for the most part, it's just a massive area filled with water. If you check it out, yeah, pretty big area, a lot of water, as you can see. This little spot over here is where we're going. Yeah, and also, if you notice, a lot more like concrete geometrical shapes and stuff like that. That's because it's actually like, near a man-made structure. There's a lot of like concrete structures and things like that. So we're probably like near buildings and whatnot. Which is interesting, and I'll be super curious to find out if, oh, also, instead of the gray wollywogs, I think these guys are actually called wollywogs. The gray ones are called something else, I think. We also have bull bears. Bull bears suck. Bull bears are stinky, and we don't like them. We're gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna freaking massive animal skulls. There's a lot of enemies in a lot of places. That's for sure. But this is what we're after. This guy right here. This giant egg is only here if you get here fast enough. Oh, there's also these guys, the water dimples. He's not gonna... Do we need to have everybody attack this thing? Oh, no. And there it is. The scariest freaking thing in the world. Scariest thing in the game for sure. This is the Smoky Prog. The Smoky Prog, if I remember correctly, just kind of beelines it for you, no matter where you are. Beelines it for the ships in the main area. Oh, it's a don't actually remember what that guy's called. You can only attack him on his face. He doesn't regenerate HP. And he's devastating. He doesn't have attacks. Oh, not the freaking snitch bug. He doesn't generate attacks. He has a roar to get people off of him. Well, this is annoying. I don't want to fight. Oh, he's chilling. Smoky Prog is just mad chilling. Cool, awesome. Yeah, I mean, basically what it feels like is happening. Oh, crud. What it feels like is happening with this guy is that you woke something up before it finished. Oh no, and if you can hear those Pikmin, this guy's whole deal is, he doesn't have attacks. What he does is, if anything touches him, touches the smoke around him, they just die. They just die immediately. Which is pretty freaking devastating. Probably the most devastating way for Pikmin to die, because it's so easy for this to happen. I think what I'm gonna do... Actually, do I even want to do that? No, because if I have to pull a bunch of Pikmin out right now, I was gonna pull reds out. Here's the thing, this really is just the fight for blues. Or, like, for the blues to do. We just need to make sure the damage is constant. He's a little weird as far as his patterns go. That way we can dip in the water too if we need to. Oh no, my boy tripped. Oh. Oh, you know what? His roar actually made those Pikmin pop out of the sprouts. Oh, so if you had a bunch of Pikmin here... Oh, crap. If you had a bunch of Pikmin here... like sprouted in the ground, he would actually make them jump up and then go and kill them. Oh yeah, you have to throw them right on his face too. If you don't, oh crud, oh criminy. Having to fight him near all the onions is kind of rough, obviously. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that was close. Oh no. Oh. There's a lot of theories about this guy. People think he's related to the Wraiths in the other games. There's been a Wraith in every, officially a Wraith in every game except for this one. So people think that maybe this is one, but like a malformed one. I think the idea is that it might be like a Bulborb or like a Wollywog that's not finished forming yet. But I mean, just look at the way this thing looks. Like, what were they thinking with this? Again, children's game, very rough. The things that happen in the game... Wait a minute, why do we have 85 out of 80? Wait, what? Oh, I think the game might be glitching out a bit. Yeah, we have 85 out of 8. Huh. Very strange. I don't know how to feel about this. Oh no, my boys! Listen, we were gonna be losing a lot. That's just the way it was gonna go. Nope. The reason we're doing this, though, if we play this fight right, this fight does take like all day. If you're being careful, it takes like all day. I'm being very safe. Got him. Look at him burn up like a freaking demon. God. Big soul, just like anything else, but a big one. And then what he drops behind is a little tiny egg. Not egg. Seed, almost. And now keep a count on the bottom right. Keep an eye on the bottom right. When you turn that in, bumps you up to 100 Pikmin of any color. You get an instant 100 of those Pikmin. It's pretty crazy. So the thing is, if you're like lowish on a count, he's worth it to fight. If you just want to make sure you have a stockpile, like for instance with blues, I feel like blues are always lagging behind on numbers. Blues and yellows. But blues are the more obviously like vital of the two. Yeah, so I mean like what you do there is you try to have the cleanest fight you can, and then freaking cash in. Freaking cash that in. Now the way you get this part up here guide these guys all the way around. Pull this off. I found the repair type bolt. This robotic marvel can fix just about anything in the ship that it's broken. That's good, because I get terribly bored of fixing little glitches. Is that all you use it for, Almer? Little glitches? Now these guys can just take it straight over here, so we shouldn't have to worry about. In fact, if you close in, from what I understand, if I understood the speedrunning strats correctly, the more you're zoomed in, you can like have enemies despawn in certain areas. So depending on how far they are from you, if you do it right, it's like a manipulation of the AI or of how things like. How the game renders things in. Oh, you can see another part off in the top right. honestly, being able to nab a part and kill the Smoky Prog is more than I was expecting. So I'm pretty happy with that. This looks like an ordinary bolt, but it's actually a repair robot. If you say so. Said the modeler to everybody else on the dev team. Find just 13 more, I should be able to increase ship's capabilities. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing anything else in this part. Hell, we wouldn't be doing anything safely, that's for sure. Would love to get these guys some nectar. But how? But how and but why? I know that there are these rocks on the ground that you can break up. The grass gives you nectar a lot. The rocks, I think, almost never give you nectar. Oh, I really like how the song changes in the distant spring. I love the Pikmin, like, music style. It's just really nice, in my opinion. So we got 100 out of 100. We're just gonna be chilling. We had to lose like 30 Pikmin there, but we got a net gain of 40. So that's not too bad. There's a lot of enemies in the distant spring, though. A lot of really, really bad enemies. The bull bears are devastating. They eat your Pikmin so fast. They're so aggressive. The Wollywogs aren't great either. The Wollywogs just aren't great because it's like if you're sloppy, then you will just like lose a couple Pikmin every fight, which sucks. More of a casual player's problem, really. Well, that's the distant spring. That's day 11. I love old games. They have this certain quality to them. Where old games consistently, the devs would just throw in something strange. Some strange boss, some strange encounter, some strange thing that they probably had no real intention for, as far as what it means, what it is, right? But they would throw it in there, and it would just get your mind. It would stick in your brain, you know. That's what the Smoky Prog is. It's unlike any other enemy in the game. It's extremely difficult, but gives you a huge surplus of Pikmin of any color. But it's a fight that you can only take if you get there, within a certain amount of days. You could play the game any number of times and never encounter the Smoky Prog. It's like finding a Gaster event or a Gaster NPC in Undertale. Of like, somebody could tell you like, oh yeah, I saw this like really weird guy, I tried to talk to him, then it made a weird noise and he disappeared. And then somebody else who's played the game like a dozen times will look at you and be like, what are you talking about? I've never seen that. Where did you see this? It's just like a weird thing, like a weird events that can happen in games. Games are the perfect conduit for that. Being in the pilot seat for a video game and being confronted with something like that, something unexplainable, something strange, it's such a unique experience because it's up to you. You're the one steering the ship, you know? You're the one who has to decide what's to be done about this thing, this situation. You see a big egg, you went and you smacked it, and then you screwed around and you found out, you know? It's very interesting. But I feel like old games did that a lot. Old games would just have these strange, eerie, unexplainable things and areas and moments and enemies where they would just throw something weird at you and then not talk about it. And just never talk about it. And it probably wouldn't mean anything. But the Smoky Prog there, who knows what that thing is or why they put it there. But the other enemies that you can fight, the Gulix, which is like this giant blob monster that only blues can fight, or the Mamuta. The Mamuta is an enemy that isn't even hostile. The Mamuta will smack Pikmin into the ground, and you think that's gonna be like killing them. It doesn't. It smacks them into the ground and gives them flower buds. You can still kill the Mamuta and freaking take its body to your ship and make more Pikmin. But the Mamuta is like a creature that wants to make your Pikmin bloom, that you get to choose what you do with it or how you interact with it if you want to, you know? And that's weird and strange. And even fighting the puff stool in the last area, in the last episode, it's the only one like it. There's only one Smoky Prog, only one Mamuta, only one Gulix, only one puff stool. Only one of these things in the game. Just to throw you off, just to freak you out a little bit, just to sort of unnerve you, keep you on your toes. I really like that. It's a quality that I feel like is very present in old games and not so present in newer ones. I feel like newer games are very much, part of that could just be like, games have gotten so big and studios, the teams have gotten so large that like everybody kind of has to be, unless it's like, you know, like an indie game. This kind of stuff, again, like I mentioned, Undertale. This kind of stuff, Lisa, Undertale, indie RPGs and stuff like that. Love throwing stuff like that at you, for sure. It is not often that you have games that have like weird random Easter eggs and things to encounter and things to find that are, or strange, unique encounters that can be so missable, you know? And I think it's because with like new modern AAA games, the idea is they want you to know, they want you to experience the game pretty much fully, right? Typically, they want you to experience the game fully. They want to know what the full scope of the game is from like day one. They want to have it fully planned out, so they don't want to have some random person on some random part of the team, one of the sub teams, be like, hey, wouldn't it be, I kind of want to throw this thing in there, you know, just like this weird thing in there, and be like, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna stay on course and make the game A to B how we said we were going to do it, you know? I guess it's like much less exploration. When you play games from this era, it feels like there's a bit of an exploration there of like mechanics and design and the choices that the devs made. There was still like an exploration there. I feel like I don't get that a lot in modern games very often. Xenoblade Chronicles did have that moment of like, because you can just fully explore those maps before like, and go to places you're not supposed to get to, and like the moment that really sticks out in my mind is going to those like ancient ruins in the Grau Plains, and then seeing that health bar pop up and that giant like level 99 spider crawls up from the depths of this pit in these ancient ruins, and I just sprinted the heck out of there. This stuff isn't lost, but this stuff is always why like games gave me such a sense of wonder when I was a kid, you know? Falling down holes in Ocarina of Time, what's the point? What's the purpose? Well, sometimes you can like get milk from a cow. Sometimes you can like get a fish, get bugs. I know that now that I'm older and I understand those things, but when you play a game like that for the first time, when you fall down a hole and there's a cow there, well, there's just a freaking cow in a hole. Like, okay, cool. I don't know what to do about that. It's weird. It's random. It's cool. Tears of the Kingdom has been giving me that like sense of Zelda wonder, I will say. Way more than Breath of the Wild did. I think even when Breath of the Wild first came out, I was still like curious what was around every corner, but Tears of the Kingdom gives this real like childlike wonder in me, kind of sparks it, and makes me like. There have been so many moments. I pretty much at this point now, as I say this, I pretty much have that game figured out. I think I pretty much know like the types of things that will await for me. There might be variations of things that I've encountered before, but I feel like I pretty much understand where things could go at any given moment now, having played like 200 hours of that game. But hey, but still, for those 200 hours of game, I was like, man, I'm not sure what could go on. I'm still learning new things in that game. Heck, I'm still learning new things in this game. I'm still learning like little nuances I didn't know. I didn't know that the Smoky Prog's yell made Pikmin come up out of the ground. That's very interesting. It's very interesting because it makes me feel like it's like the yell is working however the whistle works. And then it's like, well, whatever reason the whistle works with Pikmin, the yell also works. Why does the Smoky Prog's yell work for calling out Pikmin? Also, the fact that, like, the whole idea of using a sound to make the Pikmin come out of the ground, that's straight up a mechanic in Pikmin 2. That's straight up a mechanic in Pikmin 2. Kind of love that. Very interesting. Okay, 11 days since impact. There appears to be a small cluster of parts here. If my calculations are correct, then I should be able to recover virtually all of my missing ship parts, but not quite all of them. Unfortunately, there still seem to be some pieces that remain unaccounted for. Must find 13 more parts to further increase the dolphin's range. 100. We went from only having 100 blue Pikmin at the start of the day to 174. We lost exactly 30. Which hurts me deep within my soul where the Pikmin who die go. But oh, we officially have more parts than there are parts left. And we have less parts left than there are days remaining. So that's, hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'm just saying. Anywho, that's it. That's all we got for this one. Next episode, we are going to be heading back to the Forest Navel to knock out at least 2 more parts, but maybe we'll get a little crazier with that. There's a boss fight. I always forget about this boss fight, even though he's like a staple of the series. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, if you liked this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things in the future. Streaming Tears of the Kingdom. I'm playing Pikmin. More things to come. Hey, go in the links in the description too if you want to support me and my friends' game. You want to support them on doing devlogs and other streams on their Twitch channel. You want to support me here doing stuff on this channel. It'll help us do things for the game that we are currently making. We are currently working on that game full time. That is what we are. That is what our jobs are essentially. We are devoting our time and resources to the creation of this game that we really believe in, and I think is really cool. Maybe I'll start making some videos sort of talking about... I thought of maybe making videos talking about the different characters in the game and whatnot, sort of giving like a character bio for each one, showing off a little bit of art on them. But yeah, maybe that will be in the near future. Until then though, if you like this, stick around. Don't forget to be kind. Don't be afraid to change. I'll see you next time.